Good morning. Today's video will be a reading vlog. Lately, I've been really stressed, really anxious, and reading has been a really big comfort in my life. I do have a lot of studying to do, so it will be a lot of back and forth between doing questions and reading. But before I begin and show you the book that I'm currently reading, I wanted to make a small book haul. These are books that my brother got me, and they're ones that I've been meaning to read, and so I'm really excited about them. So I got 2 new books, and both of their covers are gorgeous. So the first book is Before the Coffee Gets Cold, and essentially it follows a cafe in which you can meet with your deceased loved ones, but the time period in which you can meet has to be before your coffee gets cold. And that premise just sounds so interesting to me, and so I'm really excited about this book. I've heard a lot of good things about it. So the next book is Bunny, and I actually saw this in Jack Edwards' most recent video, and from his description, I immediately wanted it, just because I believe it follows a cult of some sort and a group of girls, and that's all I needed to know. So those are the 2 books that I got, and now I'm gonna go make myself a cup of coffee and get started on studying. So the book I'm currently reading is The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle by Haruki Murakami. I'm making a video where I'm just reading a bunch of Haruki Murakami books and sharing my thoughts, and this is the second book. So far, I really like this book. I'm at page 175. Essentially, at its core, it's about a 30-year-old man. His name is Toru Okada, and his cat goes missing. And so he's searching for this cat because it means a lot to his wife. And along the way, so far, he's meeting a wide range of really strange characters with really weird backgrounds. And there's definitely some fantastical elements, which Haruki Murakami is known for. The thing I really like about this book in particular, there seems to be as much focus on the supporting characters and their stories as Toru Okada himself. And I quite like that when supporting characters are completely fleshed out and they're their own individuals rather than just be there as a plot device to move along the main character's development. Different people respond to stress in different ways, and I'm definitely one of those people where if there's too much stress, I kind of just stop, I freeze. I always space out my tasks and my studying just because I know that if I try to cram everything in a really short period of time, I won't do it. The past few weeks, I've just had a lot going on and a lot of different projects, and I'm still trying to learn how to properly manage anxiety levels. Like yesterday, for example, I just had a really bad day in the sense that I was feeling really overwhelmed as soon as I woke up. And every time I tried to read or study, which are things that generally speaking, they bring me a lot of joy, I found that I just could not get into them. My mind just kept on racing. I spent the majority of the day not doing anything, which kind of just added to the anxiety levels. But today, it's different. I'm kind of just taking it really slowly, and rather than thinking about the future, I'm literally just thinking about what can I do in the next 20 minutes. And so far, I've managed to study for a couple hours, read a couple pages, and the day's going good, thankfully. So I stole this from my dad. This is where he used to keep his daily newspapers. I'm just gonna use it to store my books because there's books that I'm not really reading, but I like to flip through, or books that I haven't finished yet that I might want to finish. And so I wanted the storage space for them in my room so that they don't just end up piling in my bedside table. I've also got a few manga editions just in case I want something really light to read before bed. So I have the first volume of Library Wars, first volume of Tokyo Ghoul, and the 45th volume of Naruto. I really like this cover. As for the book that I'm currently reading, the Wind Up Bird Chronicle, today I read 40 pages, which is quite a bit. Honestly, so far I'm still really enjoying it. The story is getting darker and darker, and that's something that I do like, but I can see how it might put off some people. But again, an aspect that I really like from the story is how each of the characters that you get introduced to has a tale to tell, and their stories are expanded. And since I'm more drawn to character-driven books than I am to plot-driven books, I find that I'm really enjoying this story. I also really like the main character, Toru Okada. He just seems so real to me and so human, which I know is an odd thing to say, but it's a joy to read from his perspective. I'm now gonna end my night by reading a few more pages.